Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. I wanted to pick up where we left off last time we did one of these tier charts. Last time I went through all of the A troop appearances in WiC's troop appearances. Now I want to move on to the S tier. So without further ado, I'm going to go through my list. There are a total of 7 different appearances that are currently available in the S tier, and I'm going to rank them for us. I'm going to start out with our last ranked one, and that is going to be none other than the House Reed Bowman. I'm going to put that in the D tier. Now let's take a look really quickly at the House Reed Bowman stats. As we can see here, the House Reed Bowman is a bow-based commander. The reason why I have him so low is because he gives all bow stats. Unfortunately, most castles are not primarily bowman focused, so unless you are a bow focused castle, this is going to be extremely unhelpful to you. Additionally, right off the bat, at the gray tier, the easiest one to get, you're getting fortifications attack, which, as everyone knows, very, very low usage. It's very unlikely to be very helpful to you because that wall comes down so quickly. As a result, this troop is just not going to do a whole lot for you. It does give a lot of bow attack. Don't get me wrong. If you are a bow castle, this is going to give you nothing but straight bow attack. It is awesome. For those of you that are doing trap bow castles, this is an S tier for you. It's awesome. But for everyone else, it is practically useless. So I'm going to leave it in the D category because I do believe that for most people, this is not going to be very helpful. All right, let's move on. I want to go next to basically a group of 3. I'm going to do the Harrenhal Deserter. I'm going to, by the way, skip the C category, and I'll explain why in a second. I'm going to do the Harrenhal Deserter, this is the Desert Horseman, and then we'll end it off with we did Harrenhal Deserter, Stormlands Horseman, the City Watch of Old Town. Yes. So the reason why I'm doing all 3 of these together and the reason why I'm skipping the C category is that these 3 are all very, very similar. Let's just take a look at the City Watch of Old Town first. As we can see with the City Watch of Old Town, you're getting, starting with Spear Attack, then Spear Health, then Spear Defense, then increasing the health for all rallied troops, and then ending with Spear Attack and, of course, the rallied size expansion. Basically, these 3 are just 3 versions of each other. So that's my reasoning for doing them all together. I'll just quickly show you. If you look at the Desert Horseman, you'll notice that this is, again, cavalry attack, health, defense, increased health of all rallied troops, and then cavalry attack. Same thing. Then the the Harrenhal Deserter is slightly different. I will give it that. But it's still attack, health, defense. Then it swaps this and does the infantry attack in purple, and then it gives just rallied size expansion and infantry health instead of that increased health for all rallied troops. So it's just more infantry focused. With these all being the same, here I'm going to just kind of make this a little smaller for us for a second. Okay, perfect. With these all being the same, I wanted to put them together. Obviously, it depends on which troop type your main focus is, which is going to be better for you. As you all probably know, I'm a cavalry focused. That's why my Desert Horseman is purple, and the other 2 are green. That's just what my focus was. But I think that these are good because they're giving those troop-specific stats, and they're giving them early on. I like that it gives the attack early. I wish that it gave more stats later. I like that the Harrenhal Deserter gives that purple infantry attack. But as we'll see later on, there are other troop appearances that give a little bit more stats for that same value, essentially, when it's at purple or blue tier. So let's move on to our A category. Here I'm going to have, first I'm going to just talk about the gold cloaks. So this is a spear-based troop appearance. And as you can see, it's very similar to the Old Town Bowman, to the City Watch of Old Town Spear. It's very similar, but it's kind of flipped almost. You get the spear attack later, the spear defense earlier. And then at the purple category, you do get more spear defense, and at gold, and at the legendary, you get more spear health. But as you can see, this is giving a lot more stats than the City Watch of Old Town was giving, or any of the other 3 in that category. If you remember, this was only about 15% here. Remember, this was 15% spear attack here, versus, as you can see, you're getting 24% spear health, which obviously attack is better than health, but you're getting the 12% at blue. I just think overall this is going to be a little bit more bang for your buck. You're going to get the really good stats that you want when you get to that blue category, 12% spear attack. It's just so expensive to get all the way down to gold, and I think that the gold legendary stats you're getting a lot more actually with the gold cloak. But I do think that this is a toss-up. If you're going to invest a ton and going to get it all the way to gold, there's an argument that could be made that the City Watch of Old Town is better. But I think that for most mid-tier spenders that aren't going to necessarily get everything to gold, I think it's easier to get this to blue, and that's much more doable for you. The other one I'm going to put in the A category is the Black Ears Warrior. So the Black Ears Warrior, let's take a look at his stats. Black Ears Warrior is a very interesting one for me. It's one of the most important things about it is that it is unique in that it's one of the only troops that you can get essentially completely as part of the game. You get them whenever you win KVK rewards. That's part of the reward is you get the Black Ears Warrior appearances. That makes them easier to rank up, and I think that that does qualify for something. My reason for putting it in the A category is exclusively its legendary skill. It is giving Rallied Army attack bonus. This is the only troop skin here that is giving some form of total attack. It is rallied attack, which is not quite as good as total attack because you have to be doing a rally and you don't get it on defenses. But I do think that that is huge, and it actually gives a full 8% when it's full. So that's pretty good. And again, it's just so easy to get these Black Ears Warriors that I think it makes it really worthwhile, and it makes it easier to level it up at those high levels. Stats-wise, it's not giving a lot. The 10% training speed especially is really not very good. I think the purple stage is really not good for it. The others are basically the same as what you would get with the Harrenhal Deserter. I think it swapped the health and defense round, but again, like those first three are pretty much a wash. To me, you lose a lot on the purple, but you gain a ton at the legendary. That just total attack, I think, is worth a lot, even if it is specifically Rallied Army. And just because it's so easy to get, I wanted to place it here. So, last but not least, at our S tier, I'm just going to have one, and that is going to be the Stormlands Horseman. Now, the Stormlands Horseman I'm putting here because it is just getting so much at the purple category, and it really is unlike any other. It gets 24% cavalry attack at the purple category. What is wild about this is that if you compare this to any of the other troops, nothing comes even close to getting this much stats at the purple category. I really don't know why they made it such a big buff, but it is way, way above all of the others, and this makes it, to me, incredibly worth it. I don't know that the 21% cavalry defense at Legendary is worth it, but definitely 24% cavalry attack is a huge, huge buff and makes it totally worth it to me to get to that purple category. Obviously, it is cavalry specific. If you're not a cavalry castle, this is probably not super helpful to you, but I wanted to recognize that that is more stats than you're getting anywhere else, and considering it's the purple category, it's a little bit cheaper to get it just to that point. So I strongly recommend if you are even remotely a cavalry castle, you should get the Stormlands Horseman. Get him to that level because it is a huge, huge buff. So that's it for my list. There weren't a ton here. There aren't a ton of different S-tier troops, but I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a comment. Let me know if you agree, disagree, what you think. And if you're a bow castle, don't be mad. I know, I get it that the D category for your house trade Bowman probably lower than you want. But again, that is based on the fact that just who uses Bowman really. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and until next time, this is TyrionLanstr. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.